Hello everybody, today is a happier video, but it's going to be probably one that ruffles some feathers in the gaming community and in the accessibility community, but I have to make it because it's my opinion. I feel like Capcom half-assed the accessibility when it comes to Street Fighter 6, especially now that MK1 is available. And if I could go back in time, I would not have downloaded the game, I would not have purchased the game, and if I could, I would ask for a refund. Um, I feel like they gave us proximity detection, and there is different sounds when you do hit your opponent, but that's it. There's no vibration when you get hit, so in a mirror match, it's almost impossible to tell who's who. The audio layering feels like it isn't layered properly at all, so it feels like all the audio is just piled on top of each other. So you've got the proximity beeps, which are not as audible as the clicking sounds in MK, so it's kind of lost in the cacophony of the map. The footsteps, which aren't as good either. Um, the commentary, which I actually like, and that's a helpful feature, but it's just so in your face, and the audio just isn't balanced the way that I feel that the audio in MK is. I feel like um, they really just didn't care about making single player mode remotely accessible to us. Um, I understand that that takes time. I understand that that takes money. But if they're going to try to be accessible with the things like the proximity detection, the spoken main menu, at least, that's the other thing. There's no screen reader for the move list. You can't access your controls to make your opponent do specific things that you're having trouble dealing with in a match the way you can with Mortal Kombat. Like, there are just so many lacks and pitfalls in the accessibility of Street Fighter 6, and they're so glaringly obvious now that MK1 is out. I tried to play Street Fighter 6 on stream the other day, and it wasn't fun. It didn't feel fun. I didn't feel like it was anywhere near as accessible as MK. I didn't enjoy playing it. And I think that's the biggest problem, is that they felt like they could give us a few things that, yes, I'm grateful for, but it feels more like a pat on the head when games like The Last of Us, games like MK1 exist. I really feel like Capcom knows that there are more accessibility options, and they're aware that we exist because they put those few things in, but I feel like they either don't know enough or don't care enough to go all the way, and that leaves a sour taste in my mouth. I feel like they didn't try, and now they're coasting on being the first, quote, accessible fighting game, when NetherRealm has been doing little things behind the scenes before Street Fighter, and blind gamers have been playing fighting games forever, but people have been taking this half-assed accessibility from Capcom and going, oh, now blind people can play. It's like, no, no. And in fact, it kind of messes things up for me. I'm not going to speak for all blind people because there was a blind guy that won at Evo, for Christ's sakes. So it is possible. I'm not saying Street Fighter is unplayable for blind people. But in my opinion, I feel like Capcom dropped the ball. I feel like they half-assed the accessibility. And I really feel like it leaves a sour taste in my mouth personally when I try to play now that MK1 is a thing. And that's just my take on it from my personal standpoint. I'd be interested to hear what some of my fellow blind gamers think, especially now that they have their hands on Mortal Kombat 1 to make the comparison. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, share, and subscribe.